How is it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Mesozoic Media Park. It's been so long. It's been such a long time since we've been on this map. I just haven't had the time. I haven't had the time to come on here and build some really cool enclosures. Oh man, look. Dinosaur King. I actually recently watched the full series, and so now I have an even greater appreciation for this enclosure right here. Okay, so obviously there was some really cool additions to Jurassic World Evolution 3 via the Crocodilia Coast pack. One of those additions is Dinosuchus. We have a Dinosuchus pond, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. It's time. Like, I built this with the hopes that someday we could put something in it. And now we can. We can actually put something in here, guys. This is monumental. Like, I might shed a tear. It's gonna be insane. Let's go and get it. Now, if you don't know or you don't remember, the whole goal for this park is to create a bunch of enclosures that are based off of movies, shows, documentaries, and video games, any form of dinosaur or prehistoric media. And in the past, I've done, like, Prehistoric Park, for example, but I've, like, intentionally left some areas open that could potentially be filled in by possible future DLC creatures. One of those creatures was Dinosuchus, and we could finally do that. I am seriously so happy. Place it down right there. Perfect. I'm so happy. I thought this day would never come. Now we just need to hope for some Cenozoic creatures. I left like this huge, you'll notice right here, there's like this huge slot, like this huge triangle, essentially, that could potentially be filled in by future Prehistoric Park creatures. If they ever add creatures like Smilodon or the woolly mammoth, then we could put Martha and the Smilodons in here, which would be so cool. Oh man, I'm just like looking around. Oh, Disney's dinosaur. I remember when I built that. That was fun. Check it out. Finally, we have a Dinosuchus in the pond. Oh man, like this is the walkway that Nigel was on when he was being chased by Matilda. And then the Dinosuchus jumped out and tried to get Matilda. Like we'll say about right here. Obviously it was on a hill, and this kind of is, but, Theo. Where's Theo? There's his tractor. Oh, man. The amount of work I've put into some of this stuff. I built this. I built this tractor. And while it might not look perfect, I was kind of proud of it. Like, it kind of looks like it's shifted to the right a little bit. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that I did that. There he is. Theo the Triceratops. We have Terrence and Matilda somewhere in here. They don't... Oh, there's Terrence. Oh, and there's Matilda. Oh, how cute. All right. So, we have the Dinosuchus. Where did it go? Where did it go? I think I've noticed the problem with this enclosure. There it is. It's just, okay, I guess it'll just roam free. But since it likes water, I assume it'll always go back to this pond over here. Because it can't get into here, and it can't get into here, so, yeah. Anyway, that wasn't the only creature that was added. There was also Postosuchus, which means that we can make some additions to the Walking with Dinosaurs portion of the park. There we go. That is really not too far off from the Walking with Dinosaurs Postosuchus. That is so cool. Now, the question is, should we put Postosuchus in the same enclosure with the Coelophysis, or should we not? Because they were kind of close to get... Oh, I could put glass. I haven't even checked yet. Hold on. Can I just search glass? Yes! Right? Is this it? Yes! Finally! Oh my gosh, I wish this was in the game in the beginning. This would have been so much easier. I mean, not easier, but it would have looked better. There we go. Alright, so now we got some glass. How easy is that to look through? And I think we need some lights in there. I think they made it so that lights can now, you can now like, oh yeah. Heck yeah. Okay. That's how I always envisioned it in my brain. So now we need some lights as well. This is turning into a little bit of an improvement episode, which is fine. It's been a while since we've been here. I kind of forgot where everything is, so that's it's kind of rough. Okay, I finally figured it all out. It only took a lot of trial and error, a lot of footage that I'm going to cut out because it's embarrassing how long it took me to figure out. But we are now installing lights into the Walking with Dinosaurs section. And while I was doing that, I decided in my brain that I was going to put the Postosuchus into the Coelophysis exhibit because, they shared an episode together. It just makes sense. I don't know why I wouldn't do that. Oh man, I'm so glad that they made it so that you can finally like put lights, have lights on when it's not nighttime. That's how it should be. Certainly makes a lot of sense, There's probably a lot of places that I could do that. But what I need to start doing is I need to start playing this game more so that I can get used to the controls a bit more and whatnot. And I'm sure a lot of you miss this series. I know I've had some of you ask me about it during my live streams. And, I've wanted to get back to it for a while, but it has been incredibly busy for me. I've had a lot of other projects going on. Things are kind of slowing down right now. Not too much, but I think I might be able to squeeze in some time for Jurassic World Evolution 3. And, I do really, I'm really happy with this new DLC. I'm glad that they included something like this. Make something like a Mesozoic Media Park so much better. Okay, let's go and grab our Postosuchus. We'll put it in here. And, yeah, we'll go from there, I guess. I might look for... Oh, shoot. We might look for, Oh, yeah. We might look for more improvements that we could do around the park before we end the episode. Like, that might just be the focus of this episode. Hey, Gertie! Long time no see. How you doing? You enjoying life over here? I hope you are. I hope you are. Fantasia dinosaurs, they all seem to be doing all right. Sharp Tooth is doing... It's doing great. Crystal Palace. Cannot wait until the Megalosaurus gets added back into the game so that we could put it into the Crystal Palace enclosure. Land Before Time children, who have like the biggest enclosure here. they seem to be doing okay. Where is the dino? There it is. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy, guys. I am so happy. I am genuinely so incredibly happy about this. It just makes the prehistoric park section that much more complete in my eyes. I'm just so... Oh, you know what I could add? I could add some perches, can't I? Because that was also new. I don't have to do this whole trying to hide the perch thing. Because there was a... This is part of the Fantasia enclosure. The intention was to have some pteranodons on, like, this cliff edge right here, because that's how it is in the short film. But I struggled to get, like, perches up there for them to do that. But they have added perches to the game, right? Is it in the scenery items? Yes! Okay, so they're not too terribly big, so I think I could get away with that one right there, right? It's just the small things that they add that make a huge difference, It's just, this helps. This helps out a lot, It's just, the things that I wanted to do in the past that I couldn't, I could do them now. That's the beauty of this game. That's the beauty of the fact that they add, they give you updates over time. The inclusion of perches? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I placed down a few. I could probably add more in the future. The Postosuchus is done. Let's get it into the Coelophysis exhibit, and let's see how everything looks. I'm so glad that we're finally getting more Triassic creatures. Man, I'm really kind of impressed that I managed to do this. Now that I'm like really looking at it, with how much I struggle in this game, this isn't half bad. I'm kind of proud of myself. Oh right, where are the Coelophysis? Man, the glass also makes it so much better, too. You see some Coelophysis walking around, and soon you're going to be able to see a Postosuchus. And there it is! Yes! One of the best inclusions in the game in recent memory. Look at that! Look at that beautiful Pseudotsuchian that's now coexisting with some early dinosaurs. All right. It's so cool. So sweet. Is there anything else that we want to do in this park is the question. That is the question. I'll come back to check on you, but first I'm going to look around to see if there's any other improvements we might want to make. Let's see. We got would it make sense to replace, of course, nah, it probably wouldn't make sense because this is the actual father of these guys. But it might have made sense to replace the JP3 Spino with the Rebirth Spino. Not because the Rebirth Spino is more accurate, but because it actually has a more accurate tail. I like that tail. The Rebirth Spino's about just as accurate as this one, I would say. So that wouldn't really, it wouldn't really affect it either way, but the tail would be cool. Valley of Guanji in here. We got some cool stuff going on there. Dead Sounds Dinosauria. Carnivore's Dinosaur Hunter. Nice, nice, nice. Dinosauria again. Prehistoric Planet. Prehistoric Planet. Ostroraptor Prehistoric Planet. There they are. Another great addition to the game. Things are looking okay. Things are looking pretty good. I guess it's a little bit of a shorter episode today. I don't know how short once everything's edited. But if you guys have any possible projects that you want me to do in the future, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'm going to try to get to them this time around. I'm going to try to continue this park until the entire map is filled. And then I'll put it on the workshop so that you guys can download it and then I guess just make your own additions or something like that. Whatever you choose, I guess. So yeah, if you have any prehistoric movie shows, documentaries, video games, maybe even books, be sure to let me know, and then we can try to adapt them into into Jurassic World Evolution 3. Oh wait, I forgot. We were gonna check on the Postosuchus one last time before we ended it. I always do that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this one. Thank you all so much. Oh man, it looks so cool. But thank you all so much for watching, and have an awesome day.